Here's 20 minutes more. Ish. Yes, I got it right. Okay, welcome to 20 Minutes More, the much more laissez-faire little brother of the 27-minute comedy hour, where we just chill out, we sit, we're post-show, we're going to relax, we're going to have a little chat about how everything went, how everyone's week's been, what everyone's been up to. We've also got a little game to play later on in the show. It's good fun, guys. It's good fun. So, Elaine, it was your first time on the 27-minute comedy hour. I tell you what, I thought your stand-up bit was absolutely brilliant. I think you got I think there's a bit of a problem there, right? I think there's a little bit of something going on at the back of your mind.
I'm on water now, just to dehydrate.
It's inspired us all because we've all gone and got. Like, Rabia was drinking a scotch, so Phil went off and got a scotch. I've gone and got a rum and coke.
It's really inspired me because I've got a Glenfiddich.
So, wow.
I took direct inspiration from what you said. Cheers.
It's been a long time since I've had a drink with guys or anyone really, so it's nice, you know.
Cheers, folks.
Can we sort of cheers?
Actually, you know what's good? This is going out on the 12th, right? This is going out next Friday, and people will be able to drink in pubs again. Outdoors or drink outside pubs again.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that what is it back by then, isn't it?
Isn't it next week?
Yeah, the 12th.
12th of April, isn't it? So it's Monday. So this will be going out when people will actually be able to be down the pub. No one's going to be watching the 27-minute comedy hour next weekend. Saturday morning, everyone's going to be enjoying us having a drink here.
Let's do lots of really loud, shouty bits for everyone's hangovers, you know.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I tell you what, we'll all get really quiet at one point. I'll just get some horn sound effects just for everyone.
They may have gone out for a drink and come back to watch you.
Perfect.
That is a good point. I mean, better 6 months with no drinking. 9 o'clock's probably going to be about my limit, I reckon, by then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
those bookings. So they have you can book for an hour or book for 2 hours, so they'll be done anyway. Because I'll have to so we might be onto something.
Awesome. Here we go. We'll time the show to go in with it when the most popular bookings are. Excellent. So Phil, how's your week been? What you been up to, man? It's been a little while since you were last on the show.
Yeah, I got a leaking boiler, so I'm fairly awake and functioning right now. So it's been good fun doing this. Trying to as I sort of said to you earlier, I felt a real danger. I was going to fall asleep mid-record, and that one of the games was going to turn into say something that wakes me up or whatever. But yeah, survived it. I've survived it, so it's good.
Well done, Phil. Well done. We will forgive you for dropping off at some point in the post-show chat. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a bit now in the comments as to when you think Phil would drop off. We could all take a little sweepstake on that. Now I'm out of my royal death sweepstake. Rabia, how's your week been?
It's been all right. You know, it's been rough. I mean, I've just had a lot going on with my podcast and work and stuff, and I think I'm just getting fatigued by the whole lockdown thing. But I was stoked about this, so that was nice. You know,
awesome.
you get that reminder of oh yeah, it's all right. You got stuff to do. So.
Yeah, I've been finding because I've not been doing when I was back doing shows, live shows, it was every night, trying to get one every night. And then for the Zoom gigs, I've not been doing it every night. It's just enough, isn't it? It's just enough to scratch the itch, I've found. That's what you need to do. I do this and one other show a week. Last week I did 4 shows in the course of the weekend. At the end of it, I was that was good. But if I'd have done 4 proper shows, I'd have been running around Sunday, just off the walls, with still with adrenaline left over. It wouldn't have been fun. All right. Well, we didn't get time to chat about Gavin Williamson and his brilliant plans to ban mobile phones in schools during last week's show. So, do you guys got any opinions on this grand plan for Mr. Williamson?
Well, I'm just thinking, what are the parents going to say? I mean, they've been made to work from home and help coach teach their children, and now they've said they're not being disciplined. So he's kind of blaming the parents, so that when the stats come out at the end of the year, that it's the worst year for education, he's just going to turn around and blame the parents. So it doesn't matter whether they've got a phone. They'll still be bullied. I was they weren't even, mobile phones didn't even exist when I was at school, and plenty of people got bullied. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the optimism of thinking that telling kids something is banned is going to mean that they're not going to bring it into school. Like that,
Well, yeah.
best way to tell kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, sorry. I mean, they've needed devices this entire time, like, to get by on everything. And it's just like also the idea, like, they're not disciplined. Is it his kids that are having the discipline problem? Or is it, like, I don't know this guy, but it seems like that's a judgment more than a fact.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe it's just the little shits he's been hanging around.
Yeah. And it's like, if he's worried about cyberbullying, the phones not being at school aren't going to stop that.
I mean, that is the problem, isn't it? Like, the problem is that the bullying that takes place on the playground then continues online. It's not that this bullying starts online and then someone's like, oh, I've got a phone, now I can say something mean about someone. It's like, no. Bullies have been doing stuff for ages. Like, actually, now you get a gif of someone having their head flushed down a toilet, and that's going to happen to you. Like, no one actually flushes your head down the toilet. So I'd argue the kids have got it easier today with the phones. Back in my day, Rayer, the problem with phones was when kids were going around happy slapping people. Like, do you remember happy slaps? And you would film just bowling up to someone and just slapping them in the face. That went round my school. Like, what? Like, there was not a person in my year who did not get happy slapped at some point. Like,
I think the real worry here is this sounds like you're doing a really impassioned plea for happy slapping to come back.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, right? Some mean
I'm
stuff
just saying,
online.
bring it back. Come on, kids.
Is there some kid who's like live tweeting the bullying events at school? Is that the problem? Like, they're worried about this? Like, oh, well, hashtag like Simon on the playground or something.
Well, to be fair, I guess, Simon, as a teacher, would you want a kid to be able to live stream from your class when you're kind of there going, look, Mr. Hall's hungover, let's have a quiet day today. John, are you live streaming this? No, stop.
Yeah, well, live streaming the 3 hours of reading I make my kids do, yeah. I know, right? Genuinely, right? I have never been at a school that allows phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're all phone. Like, technically, they're called phone-free environments. For phone-free environments, there's a hell of a lot of phones still there, right? Yeah, but actually, you're still not. Like, in what classroom are you allowed them out in the back of the lesson? Like, that's insane. But banning them all together is also insane because, you've got so many apps on phones. Like, Kahoot is a great way for kids to learn and revise knowledge. You've got loads of different things that I've got kids who write their essays and upload it from their phones onto my hand-in platform. So to think that I'm going to ban a phone from my classroom where the kid is writing their essay, what can I do about that?
Yeah, but then on the flip side, though, given that we've got such reliance on phones and there's probably less reliance on things like libraries now, if they ban phones from your lessons, you can make up anything you want and the kid won't know that it's not true. Anytime they ask you a difficult question, just sound convincing enough. Tell them what you want.
I mean, that is 90% of life, isn't it? Let alone teaching, which I would say makes about 98%, and 2% having a PowerPoint that looks vaguely convincing. Okay then. Well, I'll tell you what, this leads us on to our game that we're going to play this week, guys. Our game, as always, during the 20 minutes more, is a game of alternative opinions. Now, the world loves alternative facts, but we here at the 27-minute comedy hour, we love alternative opinions because we love twisting people's words. Each week, I take an opinion piece. It's always from The Guardian, because The Guardian's the best for this kind of shite. And I've just removed some of the words from it. Can my comedians fill in the blanks? So this week's topic is, blank was my lockdown solace. What could this person have been talking about?
Well, I thought I'd start with the suggestion that it was the 27-minute comedy hour because I want to be asked back.
Yay!
Good answer.
Sucking up to the host.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I was thinking my Laithwaite's delivery was my of wine.
Amazon Prime, definitely. When you're on first name terms with every driver that they employ, man, it's been a busy lockdown.
Like rechargeable batteries. Or like a micro USB charger, either one.
I like that you're updating that joke into, as technology evolves,
Yeah.
push that one on as well.
Yeah.
Like, wait, lockdown was in 2020, not in 19,
That joke's so early 2000s, Ravi.
Yeah.
Be relevant.
Yeah.
Coronation
Honestly-
Street.
Oh, what's that? Sorry.
Well, I was thinking. Oh, sorry.
I was just thinking Coronation Street. That's when they stopped Coronation Street at the beginning of lockdown. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? That was all I had. It was just like-
Yeah, I had a show too, actually, Friday Night Dinner, because I discovered it when I moved over here, and it was great. And just to Paul Ritter,
Oh,
but-
Yeah. Amen. Paul Ritter. What a
I-
legend.
Yeah.
Same as you. I only discovered it sort of fairly recently, and I'm still working my way through it. I'm nearly through the series, and like 2 days after when he was announced as died, I watched an episode where his character has been looking up the date he's predicted that he's going to die.
Mm,
I was like, this just
yeah.
too soon, man, too soon.
mhm.
I mean, it was an April date and everything. It was just scary, like scarily.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, for one final one of these, I was going to say angry people on Facebook have really been one of my lockdown solaces. Because the topic this week, though, was the Ultra Outlander was my lockdown solace. So this was bolstered by Gutsy, female lead. This sexy historical drama was the perfect antidote to a life reduced to grocery shopping. So I was going to ask my comedians, guys, what would you, when you look back on this period, what is going to be the thing that you're going to say got me through lockdown? What got you through lockdown? Because for me, as I say, it really has been, genuinely, it has been angry people on Facebook. I've loved talking to them, winding them up, disagreeing with them for no good reason, really, whatsoever. And then just generally having a good laugh at their expense, because I've been bored and scrolling through Facebook a little bit too much. So when I look back on it, I'm just going to feel really ashamed of what I've done during this period.
I think I might have to start taking a lead from you on that, because I feel like there's been like two distinct halves to lockdown, in that the half before all the crazy Trumpite people left Twitter was hilarious for all those reasons. Like, Twitter was just the most insane thing to flick through and read all these just batshit crazy opinions, and a lot of the crazies have left it, and it just, lockdown's felt empty ever since then,
I think it's varied, hasn't it? The first lockdown, it was kind of like, oh, this is quite a nice holiday.
Mhm.
You could kind of handle it. But this last one's been really quite long. And it's been winter, so you haven't been able to get out. I think now the sun's shining, it's been a lot easier. But yeah, at the very beginning, the only delivery I could actually get was a Laithwaite's delivery, which has led to... And then you stay up all night because you don't have to go to work or anything. You go, oh... And everyone's working from home. They go, oh, well, we could have another drink, actually. I could roll out of bed and be at work for 9.
Yeah.
So...
Well, one of the things I found, in the first lockdown, my life was terrifyingly unstructured. And it just started to fall apart. And and just everything, all those things that make you a normal human being, like waking up at the start of the morning and having breakfast and showering and things like that, basic things like that, everybody in a clean and tidy house and a nice environment, just all of those things just started to drift away from me slowly. And I was just kind of like, there came a point where I started off like really like productive. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to write loads of comedy. I did all the shit. And then I discovered Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 again. And then all of a sudden it was like, 3 weeks later, and just everything, I'm just sitting there surrounded by shit, just like, oh man, what happened to my life? And it just got worse and worse from there until for me, it was when sport came back that really allowed me to like hang on in there, because I can't handle life without a bit of sport to watch. But yeah, it was.
I love
that was my
that,
experience in the first one.
This is like, in the most major event of our kind of generation, the way it'll be looked at, the way like people looked at, the war and stuff like that, and that your thing that you're going to tell your future generations and things like that. Oh yeah, no, I played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It was an experience. No, man, you weren't there.
Well, I tell you what, folks. At least it's one thing is now being to master the use of block brake to make my roller coasters safer. And anyone out there who's a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 fan will know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's great. I mean, my bicycle got me through it. Just riding my bike. I rode like 1,500 miles last year. It was awesome. This year,
nice.
It's been so cold, and I'm tired of putting that many layers of Lycra on, so I don't ride as much until like it's warm out. I'll complain in about a month how hot it is. By the way, yeah.
Oh, okay, Rabia. Now, obviously, you saying the Lycra just brought back a vision into my head. Right? Yeah,
of me?
Not of you. Of a Lycra-clad fellow. Right? Yeah, of a Lycra-clad fellow who I was following home whilst driving along, and he was riding on the road in front of me, and it was on one of those road bikes. Yeah, so it's like his seat was quite high up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was like almost like level with my eye view at the front of the car. And he had shat himself. I followed him for quite a while. I could have overtaken quite a few times. I was driving along going, that's definitely what I'm looking at. He's definitely shat himself. I was just thinking, like, at that point, do you continue the cycle, or do you just go, right, I'm getting home by the quickest route? Or is it just like, no, you power on through? Like, training is the most important thing.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking like chafing stuff, and I'm thinking like, it's just, what a mess. I don't know. I mean, I think you probably you get home as soon as you can. That's what I would do. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be downwind on a bike behind that
guy. This is a good point. That was a brave position to take, driving behind it, and not overtaking.
I saw a guy the other day. It's so weird. He rode bikes. People pass me all the time. It's fine, right? But he was wearing this, full Lycra, but he had like, like on women, I'll have like yoga pants on. I even have some where the panels more sheer, like there are these sheer panels. But he had it just along his like side, like it was so weird. I felt so weird seeing him. I wasn't turned on. I was just like, oh god, like it's a good thing he wasn't wearing like the mesh.
Yeah, that would have been awful, wouldn't it? Although that would have been a very that you tell you what, if you didn't like it down the side, it would have been even worse if it had just gone down the back of his ass.
Yeah, it was just weird to see like the cheeky Lycra, but yeah.
I think that's one of those things, though, isn't it? It's like when there's a bit of paneling missing on an item of clothing on a woman, it's a sexy, like slightly revealing thing because it's a bit risque. When it's on a man, it just looks a bit gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just. I was like, pass and just stay ahead of me, like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent. Okay, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, we're coming to the end of our show now. We've had a good chat and a good laugh here for 20 minutes. This is our chance, though, guys, where you can sort of pitch your personal project. What is it that you guys are up to that we can come and check you out on, and where can we find out more and more about each of our comedians? Elaine, you've got the Whole Lot of Comedy podcast, haven't you? Tell us a bit about that.
I have. Yep, we're doing lots of podcasts. We're up to 41 now that we've actually seen. We've done Kate Martin. Logan Murray, Rob Hitchmo, loads of the greats, Jeff Whiting. Yeah, so go on there it's on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes, called Whole Lot of Comedy. They're great fun and they're keeping me busy. And that has probably been my solace, just being able to talk to different people and hear this. So Tony Carrods was funny. I actually asked Tony Carrods, who's a great punster, are puns comedy? So yeah, he gave me his answer. So sometimes I don't know, always ask the wise questions, but I get and yeah, so that's been wonderful. And yeah, and hopefully I'll be doing live gigs as soon as they're out.
Absolutely, yeah. And Elaine's live gigs are absolutely fantastic, I would like to say. Just here, as a person who's been to one of Elaine's gigs, really, really enjoyed them. Really
Twice.
Great fun. Twice. I've been on twice because I'm just that good. I get invited back, folks. Rabia, what about you then? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I mean, I get it with the podcast because I do a podcast called More Than Work. It's more focused on, I don't know, just people like kind of how they came to not have work to find them anymore after getting burnt out a few times. But it's fun to have those chats. So More Than Work podcast. And then I don't really have any live dates until later, but like I'm working on a solo show. And that's my first one. So at June 7th and 27th, I'll be at Brighton Fringe and then be at Camden, but not sure what dates. I'm partnering up with Stephanie Lawrence, another American in the UK. So yeah, just check me out on social media. But I'm really excited because I've never done a solo show like this before. And I'm just kind of thought I'd do it. I think lockdown got me to just say, go live your life. Don't wait for some special year to do these things. So.
Awesome. Oh, the 27th. So you're on the Sunday there. Do you know where you are?
The Caxton Arms.
Ah, sweet. What time?
That's like late. It's like at 9, I think, or that one's at 9:15 on the 27th. So kind of end of it.
I think I'm seeing the gig right before it. So I will stick around and check you out.
Yeah, and then I'll
awesome. Yes, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not doing anything on the 27th of June, get your ass down to the Brighton Fringe Festival where you're going to see 2 great freaking shows. Phil, what about you, my good man?
Hoping to start, proper live gigs again as soon as everything gets going. And I've got a podcast hopefully in the works, but I've been intending to start this for a while and it's not happened yet. So, it might happen one day. Missed the boom, obviously, of lockdown podcasting, but I'm optimistic that people won't already have 10 million podcasts that they're already following. So we'll see. Yeah.
Amen to that. Yeah, let's hope so. I'm just trying to find because I have been accepted to So You Think You're Funny competition. I'm going to be performing in May, and I'm trying to find the day I'm actually going to be performing. Here we go. Yes. Excellent. So, also, ladies and gentlemen, please keep the 19th of May, Wednesday the 19th of May, free. You can go and check out Phil. You can go and check out Elaine. You can go and check out Rabia. They're all absolutely hilarious and brilliant. So, yeah, on the 19th, I'm going to be rocking it on So You Think You're Funny. So, please come and do that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I would like to thank the wonderful Michael who's put together all of our artwork, the brilliant Dan Life who's put together all of our wonderful music for our show. And as always, massive thank you to my guests for coming on and being so brilliant and hilarious this week. I think you'll agree with me that this week has been absolutely fantastic. Until next time, adios. See you later, folks.
Bye.
Bye.